party, I just like to go around the house and just pour all the leftover liquids together into one big drink. And then maybe if I'm lucky, I can get someone to take a sip.
Good morning, sweet world, and welcome to another No Dunks podcast on the Athletic Network. Today's episode brought to you by Neutral Vodka Seltzer, made with real vodka, real seltzer, real juice, all of them. All of it is real. It's neutral, the one with the umlaut. It's Tuesday, March 14th, 2023. I'm J.E. Skeets, here in the Classic Factory, and alongside me, as always, that's Tass Mellis.
Steph Curry is 35 today. Still 25 to me, though.
Next to Tassius, the bearded one, my top shot hot boy, Trey Kirby.
Hey-o.
Hey-yo. And last but not least, making the magic happen, super producer, that's JD.
Hello.
There he is. And here we are. Shout out to the stream team joining us live on YouTube. Like the vid, comment away. Please subscribe to No Dunks. Get your No Dunks merch over at nodunks.com. Hoodies, t-shirts, mugs, hats. And hey, grab yourself a subscription to The Athletic. The greatest sports writing in the world. Go to theathletic.com/no dunks. And yes, happy birthday to Steph Curry.
It doesn't feel like he'll ever get old. That's
He's
why
a
I brought it up.
baby-faced assassin, that guy, isn't he? Good game for him last night, and Clay. We'll get into a little bit of that in a bit. But first, we had another wedgie.
Oh, yeah.
Number 45 in Miami. We somehow missed this on playback. We were bouncing around from game to game, and in the second quarter, the Groat stuck another one. He is the sixth player, Kyle Lowry is this season, to deliver multiple wedgies. Eric Gordon still leading the way with 3, but five other guys now with 2, including Kyle Lowry. And man, that pace, it just keeps going up, up, up.
Coming for the record.
Yeah.
On pace for 56, record of 58, only a couple years ago. Lowry shooting over Lowry as well. And Eric Reed yelling, doink.
Wink. He's done that before, hasn't he?
Just doink. Oh, yeah, that's his classic.
That's his, yeah.
That's his classic wedgie call.
45. We love it.
Doink.
You
One
know,
word,
we're going to
doink.
get, I assume, a couple wedgies in the March Madness tournament starting on Thursday. Or even tonight in these first 4 games.
It happened recently that there was a wedgie and they had to get the cheerleaders into a pyramid to get the ball down, right?
That's what happened
Let's
last
hope for
year.
it again,
Yes,
man.
yes,
What
yes.
a legendary wedgie moment.
Yeah, you watch. It'll happen again. All right, let's recap some of last night's NBA games and news with a little true or false. True or false questions, again, off some of the games and topics going around the association. We will start here. We had Giannis playing against the Kings, scoring 46 points. He had 12 boards. He created a little scuffle at the end as well, but the Bucks get the win over the Kings, 133-124. And then meanwhile, Jalen Green scored 28. Tatum blew a bunny at the rim that could have tied it up, and the Rockets beat the Celtics, 111-109. I bring up those 2 games together because, at last check, according to our friends at BetMGM, the Celtics still the favorites to win the championship this year at plus 310, Bucks in second at plus 400, Suns plus 450, Nuggets plus 700, and then you see the Sixers, Warriors, and Clippers rounding out our graphic here. So my true or false question, Bucks should be the favorites to win the titles. True or false, Tass Mellis?
Of course they should.
Okay.
This just speaks to how they're constantly overlooked. It doesn't matter what they do. They just won 16 games. They're going to have the best record in the NBA. Surprising to me. I thought they'd sort of take it easy, but they've got 3 fewer losses than the Boston Celtics. They're projected preseason with their over-under total to be close to 50 wins. Now they're going to be very close to 60 wins. Why shouldn't they be the favorites? It's just because they got Milwaukee on their chest. It's a smaller city. That's why. There's no other reason. You mentioned Giannis's 40-plus. They scored 80 points in the second half of the Kings game. You might say, oh, it's the Kings. No, they were just dominant. Giannis hitting threes, spinning, winning. Chris Middleton doing his spinning. Brook Lopez stepping beyond the three-point line. I think what's got to happen, you mentioned that scuffle, somebody's got to meme the finals odds or championship odds on Trey Lyles' face, and Brook Lopez just got to punch it. You know, like that scene at the end of that game where Brook Lopez got into it with Trey Lyles. I mean, why should they not be the favorites?
Right.
It's just because they're the Milwaukee Bucks.
Do you think it's like almost San Antonio Spurs like in their dynasty run, where they're always racking up, obviously great regular seasons, but despite winning championships and having great talent, we're a lot of the times not the favorites, or we're overlooked. Maybe the small market, maybe just because we become accustomed to it. Is there some similarities there with these Bucks of the last couple of years?
Definitely. They're probably not the sexiest title contender. Having actually won a championship sometimes hurts you from a perspective standpoint, but I'm with Taz. It's kind of hilarious that they're not actually the title favorites right now. They've got the best team. They've got the best player. They've won a title before. Since January 1st, second best in defense, 13th in offense. That's not great. 13th in offense. Since February 1st, as Middleton's minutes have been taken up, second best defense, 6th in offense. They are such a resilient team. They've got depth. They've got chemistry. But they've also been one of the best teams in the league for 5 straight seasons. So much like the Spurs, maybe people want to see something new, and maybe there are more people in Massachusetts who are going to put down a wager upon their team.
Middleton, season high 31 last night against the Kings. 9 assists as well, 9 of 15 from the floor, hit 5 threes, made all of his free throws. I bring that up because you said it. They have the best player in the world probably in Giannis. They're the best team record-wise. They've won a title already. There's that too. So there's no can they do it when the Brights get lighter in the playoffs? Well, yeah, we know they can. But I think too, with Middleton coming around now, obviously getting his reps in, him, Giannis, Drew, and Brook Lopez, the level he's playing at right now too, and he had another good game, before getting into it with Trey Lyles, getting tossed. Is there a team with a better 4 when they're playing at their peak in the league than those 4 spread across all the positions too? It's like almost collect them all, like you're collecting cups from the gas station. You got the point guard, you've got obviously your 3 bigs in Middleton, Giannis, and Brook. Is there another team at that level when those guys are playing like they are right now that can match them? I can't really, that used to be obviously the Warriors thing when KD was with them. Not any longer. You're probably struggling to find the 4th. You're talking yourself into a pool or something like that. No,
Suns have a pretty good top 4. One of them is hurt right now, though.
Yeah. So they should be the favorites. I had the poll up on Twitter this morning. No Dunks Inc. is our Twitter account. Nearly 82% say, yeah, true. Bucks should be the favorites. And I even think to add to this, because they're the number 1 seed, they should be the favorites to come out of the East because we said it all season long. The Celtics are going to have to play the Sixers. Not that they can't beat them. Not that the Celtics can't beat the Bucks in a 7-game series. Because they're really, really good. They're struggling right now, of course, after losing last night too. But they got to go to war against each other. So it's like there is just an easier path, too, for a number 1 seed in Milwaukee. So they should be the favorites.
Oh, yeah, they absolutely should be the favorites, and give it a week, and that will probably be the case. But if you're the Celtics, you say the Sixers can never beat us. 0-3 this season and a long history of taking it to Embiid. They also won a Game 7 on the road last year, beating the Heat. So if you're the Celtics, you're saying, yeah, we can also go on the road and win a Game 7. Obviously, you want to have the number 1 seed going forward. I would say the only concern really for the Bucks is that they don't really have the most athletic team out there. And that could be a problem if they get into maybe a small ball sort of deal against a Celtics team who can play pretty fast when they want to.
But they go by their leader, and obviously their leader is stepping up here. The Celtics can turn it on here at the end of the season. Obviously, they're not doing the little things like they didn't do against the Rockets last night. But with Giannis leading your way, you just have no choice but to come along for the ride. They are playing harder, stronger, and they get better as games go on. I mentioned that 80-point second half yesterday because Giannis didn't stop the entire game. That was frickin' impressive, how they all took turns. Here, now it's your turn, Chris Middleton. Now it's your turn, Brook Lopez. And they're all stepping up. Yeah, they're looking for their 5th guy for sure. They're looking. Can it be Joe Ingles? Can it be Jay Crowder? Can it be Grayson Allen, as he had a nice little cherry pick at the end of that game there? They're just so stacked. And, yeah, they just continue to fight through. And last year, Brook Lopez came on after playing only 11 games in the regular season. They're doing that perfectly with Chris Middleton. He looks like Chris Middleton. Yeah. He looks like a friggin' all-star out there. So he's their number 2 guy. Yeah, they should be. They're just overlooked.
What'd you think about the scuffle at the end here, where I guess, according to the Kings, they didn't like how Giannis was dribbling out the clock, right?
According to Mark Spears, several Kings said after the game that they took exception to Giannis's slow and angled dribbling.
Yes. So
they were mad they blew the game in the second half.
They lost.
That's what I thought. And then I thought the refs were mad that Trey Lyles did that because the game should have been over. So they're like, get out of here. Brook Lopez, get out of here. You've never been kicked out of a game before this season. Now it's happened twice. He's pointing like crazy. There's just some frustration there. Nothing really happened.
Well, right. And Brook is saying, like, I mean, you can read his lips. Like, he's sticking up for his superstar,
he's got
Giannis,
to.
because Trey Lyles is taking offense to Giannis the way he's dribbling. And, there's pushing and shoving, and then Brook coming to his defense. And a lot of throat grabbing going on right now.
You don't
Sort of
mess
in the
with
league.
Brook.
No?
Trey got a little personal. Trey Lyles got a little too close. Brook would have just gone nose to nose, but Lyles raised his hands. And so then Brook grabbed a throat. That's all that happened. Trey got a little too aggressive, I think. But you know why these Bucks are sort of like the Warriors of the last few years, and even the Spurs. Basketball is secondary to them in a way. Like they've got a great locker room, and they've got their priorities straight. Brook Lopez, saw a clip of him yesterday. He was on Thanasis Antetokounmpo's podcast. Everyone's got a podcast.
Thanasi has a podcast.
Yeah, Thanalytics. Yeah.
That's what it's called?
Yeah, he's got great guests. Great guests.
All right.
Vin Baker came on there, talked about his alcohol abuse. Very good guests. Brook Lopez went on there.
Yeah.
Said the best movie of all time is
Star Wars?
The Wizard of Oz.
Oh.
Yeah, great pick. He said every movie can
That's great,
be built on that movie, and he went into it. He explained it, how he's frightened by it, but he also absolutely loves it. Anyways, I think that locker room is just
the priorities
light and easy.
are right because they're focusing on the classic movies and not the basketball court. I just want to get this clear.
They got their priorities straight, man.
Just a fun stat from Statitudes. The Bucks trio there of Giannis, Middleton, and Brook, they combined for 100 points last night. The only other starting front court over the last 25 seasons to score at least 100 points in a game. You guys want to take a guess at it? It happened in December 2022.
December 2020.
So
this season.
Yes.
The only front court to score 100 points.
Yeah. In the last 25 seasons.
The Jazz.
No.
Crazy one.
The Cavs adopted it.
It's tough because the third player that was in on the mix with these two superstars.
Lakers.
Nuggets?
Lakers.
Oh, nice.
Lakers.
Okay.
Anthony Davis, LeBron James, and Lonnie Walker the fourth.
Yeah.
That's a weird one.
Noted big guy.
Yeah, so they're 3, 4, 5 there, combining for over 100. They did 104 in that December game, but Bucks trio did it last night. Just to slip in the Warriors here a little bit because they were on that graphic. Nice graphic, by the way, JD. I really like the work you did there. A little animation on that. Nobody's angry with that. But they beat the Suns 123-112, and they got their 8th straight victory at home. Klay Thompson was lights out. 33 of his 38 in the first half. Bombing threes. Steph Curry had 23, 7, and 5. And I keep bringing this up, Tass, because I got to give you credit. Looney, once again, really good in this. 9 points, 10 boards, 5 assists. Ayton got his numbers too, but Curry does seem to be like playing him a little bit more and has figured out that he is important to this team. He knows that. I mean, Steve Curry knows his team. But any thoughts from the Warriors beating the Suns there last night?
Yeah, it's winning time, so Kevon Looney's got to get into the starting lineup. They need to win games. There's no more waiting around for Wiggins to see if he comes back when he comes back, so they throw Looney into the starting lineup. What a wild ride for Klay Thompson. Scorching hot, and then in the third quarter couldn't hit a free throw. Strange game for him. But yeah, they continue this streak at home, and yeah, the Suns now got to go play the Bucks. So some chatter about whether the Suns will dip in the standings. Yeah, both these two teams are teams at the top are extremely frightened about. Should be 100%. But yeah, it's nice to see the old Klay game. Once a playoff series, if he can do that, can turn a series.
Mm-hmm. He might save it till Game 6. Game 6, Klay. Any thoughts on this one?
Well, I would be a little nervous if I'm the Suns because the Warriors own Chris Paul. Historically, for about a decade at this point. They did last night, and right now they're in the 4-5. Yeah, the Warriors haven't been great on the road, but I'm not necessarily convinced that a Suns team led by Chris Paul will keep it together down the stretch, so that's a little extra intrigue added here. I will say, though, that in Game 6 of the Finals last year, Kevon Looney came off the bench. That's the great thing about Looney. He is very flexible.
Yeah.
If he needs to start, he starts. If he needs to come off the bench, no problem. He's going to do his thing regardless.
Yeah, it was pretty cool to see Curry back down Chris Paul and then clearly say, this isn't 2014 anymore, when they lost to the Clippers in a first-round series. things have changed. He ain't 25 anymore. He's 35.
Can't believe it still. All right, next one here.
One quick thing about the Celtics versus the Rockets. Does Joe Mazzulla have a second end of game play?
No. It's Tatum time, baby.
It's one play.
I know.
They enter
they
either
like how
to Smart or to White. It's worked twice. Did not work this time. Pretty good defense by Jabari Smith, I thought, on Tatum, though he still did get to the rim. Robert Williams, though, 5 straight missed games with a hamstring. Hamstrings obviously are a lingering injury, and that is going to be the problem for the Celtics. They got out-rebounded last night by the Rockets, 48-38. They're going to be coming up against a couple of really big teams in the playoffs, assuming they meet up either with the Bucks or with the Sixers. So Robert Williams, get healthy and stay healthy, which is a big ask.
Yeah, big ask for him, unfortunately. All right, next one here. According to Woj, Grizzlies star Ja Morant has entered a counseling program in Florida. This broke on Monday, yesterday. Morant has been away from the team for the past 10 days, and there is still no timetable for his return. This is very difficult for you to answer, I get that. But after last night's win in Dallas, which was a nice solid win from the Grizz, they only have 15 regular season games left. That's it. And then the playoffs will be here for them. So true or false, again, just go with your gut, Ja Morant won't play another game this season. True or false? Trey, you get it started.
I guess my gut says false.
Okay.
I think he'll play again, but I think it's definitely possible that we don't see Ja again this season. Just the fact that he's going to a treatment program that's out of state kind of suggests that the Grizzlies and Ja are addressing something that's more than just partying in a nightclub. There's only 3 weeks left of the season, which I suppose is enough time to complete whatever steps the Grizzlies have set forth for Ja, recondition and get back to playing. But, I mean, this feels like a big deal that Ja is going far away from the team to address something off the court. So there is time, I suppose, for him to get back, but it wouldn't be a surprise if he's done this year.
I do think he plays again. Obviously, that's just a total guess.
Yeah.
But it's all about the NBA conducting its own investigation. So as you said, Skeets, the NBA is definitely involved here. I don't think there's any doubt about that. They're conducting an investigation. The Grizzlies have said initially he's away for 2 games. He's away for another 4 games. He's at 5 of those 6 games missed right now.
Right.
And so they haven't put a timeline on it. But the NBA may, in coordination here with the Memphis Grizzlies, they may say after conducting its own investigation about bringing either a gun into their locker room, which the NBA does not allow, into the visitors' locker room, or onto the airplane,
right,
which the NBA does not allow, although Colorado's an open carry state. But businesses have freedoms. We're a country of laws. We're a country of freedoms. But the NBA says no. So here we are, 5 games missed, and I think the league can say he's suspended for 10 games, and the 5 will be retroactively accounted for. Mm-hmm. So they may be a suspension, but I think the 5 games will play into it. Again, who knows? As Trey said, it's bigger than maybe just a clubbing situation, and it's a good thing that they're dealing with it. And further reporting from The Athletic says that he has been talking to his teammates via video, via phone. So I don't think he's not gone from the situation.
Yeah, Coach Jenkins had a little bit to say about this too. Grizzlies coach, he said, quote, "There is a lot of internal dialogue going on, and obviously there are still things going on at the league level as well that we're in communication about." I think that was, I think that speaks to, of course, the league is involved with the Grizzlies and Ja Morant and his team somehow. I guess my gut says, unfortunately, true that maybe we don't see him, and that's totally fine as long as he's getting his shit together. We also just don't know what the expectations are of Morant before he can return to this team. And we don't know if the program that he has entered is part of the team's plan for him. Is it the league sort of mandate, sort of secret mandate that they want him to do this? Is it Ja Morant on himself seeking it out? It's probably a combo of all 3, and you would hope it maybe would be. But there's not a lot of regular season left. Could he be back? Of course he could, but I guess if I have to pick one, I'm going to say not. The poll, people are pretty split on this one. 54% agree with you guys and say false, that we will see Ja Morant this year. I guess you could then, it would be a little weird maybe if he came back for the playoffs, just straight into game 1. So probably regular season. So 46% or so say, nah, true, maybe we don't see him until next year.
And
So
as you went through the suspensions for prior guns in the locker rooms, who knows where that gun was. But as far as guns in the NBA goes, I mean, he has served, like if we're using that as sort of a benchmark, he's served 5, if you want to look at it that way, right?
Yeah,
so it's close.
Sebastian Telfair got suspended for bringing a loaded gun onto the plane. That was 2 games. Steven Jackson was another one for firing a gun at a strip club in the parking lot. That was 7 games. So we are getting about to that mark right now.
Yep. We will wait and find out. All right, back to basketball. Another night, another close game for Miami. Jimmy Butler scored 24 points. He led 7 Miami players in double figures as the Heat held off the Jazz 119-115. We watched a good chunk of this one on playback, definitely down the stretch there. Nice play from Bam to say no and secure the victory. It was Miami's 24th win by 5 points or less this season. They play a lot of these clutch games, right? Games that are within 5 points in the final 5 minutes. Actually, it's the Heat and the Jazz who have played the most in the league. So here they are. They've got Lowry back. They pull this one out. True or false, Tass? No one wants to play the Miami Heat in a first-round playoff series.
I know the thing to say is true. This is a veteran team. They went to the Eastern Conference Finals last year, but I'm going to say false. I think there are 5 better teams in the East, in the Bucks, Celtics, Sixers, Cavs, and Knicks. Those are better teams. I think people would be more scared of those 5 teams. And I'll say, I think the Nets, equally as scary as the Miami Heat. Even if they're young and they don't have a Jimmy and they don't even have a Bam, I think their offense is better than the Miami Heat's, even if they don't have a Jimmy. And if there's anything that Jimmy doesn't play well against, it's length. And the Nets have a lot of that. And it may sound stupid to put them on the same level as the Miami Heat, but I don't think that offense, Lowry may help. I hope Kyle Lowry comes back to get to his regular self. He kind of looked like his disruptor, getting his hands in there type self yesterday, but this offense is not scary. It's just not.
So you say
not
false.
Scared.
You say false.
Not scared.
What do you say?
I don't think anyone should be scared.
No one should be scared of the Heat. And there's really only 2 teams that are going to play them. They're either going to get the Celtics or they're going to get the Bucks. I think Miami going to be the proverbial tough out come playoff time, but look at what they've done this season. 14-20 on the road. They're going to be starting on the road. They're going to have a Game 7 on the road should they get there. Boston eliminated Miami last year. Milwaukee eliminated them the year before. So let's take a look at this season's numbers. Miami 2-2 against Boston. One of the wins was in overtime 2 days after the Celtics beat them. The other win was when the Celtics had no Jaylen Brown, no Marcus Smart, no Al Horford, and we're on the second night of a back-to-back. As for the Bucks, 2-2 against them as well, but neither Giannis or Middleton played in either of Miami's wins. I think Miami probably has a better chance against Boston just because they don't have the size to hang with the Bucks. Last night, the Jazz out-rebounded Miami 48-37. They got 16 offensive rebounds. They play 3 tiny guys almost all the time. Mm-hmm. Even Bam is not a big. It's going to be Kevin Love alongside him a lot of the time. Caleb Martin as well will get time at the 4, but Bam has had just double-digit rebounds once since the All-Star break. They're 27th in three-point percentage, and they're terrible in seasons that end in an odd number. 2015, they missed the playoffs. 2016, went to the second round. 2017, missed the playoffs. 2018, lost in the first round. 2019, missed the playoffs. 2020, they lose in the finals. 2021, lose in the first round. 2022, lost in Game 7 of the conference finals. 2023, they're going to lose in the first round.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. Well, they're the 7th seed right now. They're a game and a half up on the Hawks. They're 3 back from the Nets and Knicks, so it looks like they might have to get their way in the play-in. Though if they play the Hawks in a 7-8 matchup, well, that'll be Miami.
That's a win.
Destroying Atlanta. So, yeah, then they would have a 2-7 matchup. Could be the Bucks, could be the Celtics, still could be the 76ers if they get up there. It will be a tough battle. I think this might be true, though, because I wasn't like, true or false, those 3 teams at the top of the East should be terrified of Miami. I said no one wants to play them. If I have a pick of all those other play-in teams, I'm taking the Hawks, the Raptors, the Bulls, maybe the Wizards. I mean, all these crap mid-teams. Definitely over a Miami Heat team, who at least have an identity. Yeah, they got some shortcomings, but obviously a vet team and have gone through some reps. I think it would be a tough series. Now, I will push back on that, though, and I've said this before, that
Pushing back on yourself?
I am, because I've said this before. I love a team that has championship aspirations. I love when they're tested in a first-round series. I think it's the best thing that can happen to them a lot of the time. To be like a little wake-up call, like, oh yeah, not just like a 4-0 walk over this garbage team sweep. That's fine, because like you play less games, less wear and tear on your body. I get that. Some more rest for the second round, sure. But I don't mind like getting punched in the mouth a little bit. Like, oh yeah, this is the playoffs. Like, this isn't going to be easy. And we've seen that happen before. So I guess what I'm getting at is like maybe playing the Miami Heat in the first round if you're the Bucks or the Celtics or the Sixers, and you probably beat them, could be a good thing though as you get ready to move on. So
iron sharpens iron.
Yeah.
It's 2020. The Heat beat the Bucks in the playoffs. First round 2021, the Bucks swept them, went on to win the NBA championship. Also, the Boston Celtics beat the Heat in the conference finals last year, went to the finals. Probably you do want to play the Heat because you'll go to the finals.
Yeah, sure. Get you ready. The votes on this one, 57% if we round up, say false. So no one really scared of Miami.
Would you take them
44%.
over in a series against the Knicks? Unlikely to happen, but it could happen.
Would
you take the Heat versus the Knicks? I mean, obviously everyone's picking
tough.
the Bucks, Celtics, 76ers over this Heat team if they play. The questions are the Cavs, Knicks, and the Nets.
Right.
I would definitely.
How do you rank those?
I would
ones?
take the Cavs and Knicks over the Heat.
Right.
And then it's a coin flip, even with this super young Nets team, to me, because their offensive shortcomings.
I would
Just
be
ain't that good.
I would be taking the Miami Heat over the Nets in a potential very unlikely hypothetical first round series.
But not the Cavs or the Knicks.
That one.
Cavs is questionable.
That one's tough.
I think that the Heat would have the best player on the court against every team except for potentially the Cavs. Donovan Mitchell can kind of get to Jimmy's level.
Yeah, the length is going to bother Jimmy, I think, with the Cavs front line.
I ain't worried about the Cavs personally.
We'll find out. Final one, guys. According to Shams, our guy at The Athletic, the NBA and Players Association are close to an agreement that would create a minimum games played requirement for regular season awards such as MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, and so on. But while both sides are in agreement about this concept, they have yet to determine an actual figure for the number of games that you would have to play. Would it be 58? Would it be 60, 65, 70, something crazy like that? We don't know, but in theory, they might agree with this in sort of like the collective bargaining agreement. You would have to hit a certain amount of games played to win one of these awards, maybe even make all NBA teams. True or false, though, Trey? You get us started. The NBA doesn't need this. They don't need a games played threshold for these awards.
It's both true and false.
Okay, go on.
They don't need it because the threshold already exists. Bill Walton is the only guy to win an MVP with less than 70 games played, and that was in 1978. Bill on top of the world, as were the Grateful Dead. But they do need it because the optics of doing something with regards to load management, you can easily foresee a future where the threshold is 58 games to align with the scoring title, but I think this will have more of an impact for all NBA voting when there are 15 spots up for grabs rather than just one spot atop the award voting. The thing that was interesting to me with regards to this is that the Players Association approached the league about a threshold for award voting kind of stuff, because we're starting to hear a lot more now that it's the teams that are handing down the load management schedules, and that players really want to play. They're getting upset with the rest, considering the fact that they're still getting injured at massive rates, even though they're sitting out more games to elongate their careers. So I thought that part was interesting, and I think it'll be good that there's a little window dressing saying, hey, we're doing something, because everybody knows, the teams, the players, obviously the league, that to make the most money in this next deal, they have to ensure that the best players are on the court as much as possible.
A games play threshold for NBA awards isn't going to change players sitting out, I don't think. Even if it gets to 70, which I don't think they would come to that number. Yeah. I hope this is in coordination with talk about getting guys more rest. I know they're sitting. I know we're not going to get to a point where we're reducing games, but I think we've got to reduce back-to-backs. That's the biggest thing. And what does that mean? If we're not going to reduce games, I think that just means elongating the season. October 1, probably, just to have another 2.5 weeks, so those 13, 14, 15 back-to-backs that each team has go poof, go away. That's what has to happen. And you'll see more guys play, and you'll see more teams say, okay, we're checking the schedule here. There isn't as many load management games where you have to take off. This is just about guys playing. The players in these reports, it was C.J. McCollum, Chris Paul saying, this is about our team saying to us, we need to sit games. This isn't about us wanting to sit games.
Right.
So how does that get alleviated? It's not because you throw this number out for an NBA award. Hey, you got to play 70 games. I mean, it's unlikely that, number one, it would be that high. Number two, I think it's just B2Bs. Just the back-to-backs is the biggest thing. And I assume that we'll be talking regular season earlier, not later. We're not going into July, but I think we'll be starting earlier. I think that could happen. And it should happen, really, if the games aren't going to be reduced.
Do you think the league will add a minutes threshold to prevent players from just checking in, getting that GP? Are you with me? And then play a couple minutes and then take the night off. Now that would tank their averages and stuff like that,
averages.
Their stats. So I don't think they would need that. I don't think we need this. I'm with you, TK. I guess you could argue it's come up in other situations like Rookie of the Year races and maybe even Defensive Player of the Year races. Less so for MVP. It's just like we all agree you got to play a good chunk of the season to be considered the most valuable player. And outside of Bill Walton way back in the day, and you get rid of the shortened seasons, of course, yeah, you got to play 70 games. Like, you just have to. It's sort of the rule. Though we're getting closer where a lot of the top guys will be, like, flirting with that, right? Where it will just become, they'll all be almost sort of ballpark.
Yep.
That game's played, so I don't know what impact that has. But for that, we don't need it. I don't know. I guess I don't care. I think it will probably be 58. 58 or 60, like, to go with that scoring title eligibility that you have to hit to win that. Which, what do you win? Except the honor?
You get a bold number on your basketball reference page.
Yeah, well, that's nice. I like those bold numbers for sure.
It's just another number we'll forget, really, because it doesn't mean anything. If it lines up with the 58 games minimum to win a scoring title, it's just another thing that even us sickos will have to look up annually. Like we won't remember it. The 58 means nothing.
The vote on this one, similar to the last two. It's basically a 55 to 45 split. People say false overall, though, that we really don't need this. So more people are fine with it, adding some sort of like threshold, I guess, or eligibility games played. The league and union, by the way, have until March 31st to reach an agreement on a new CBA, exercise their mutual opt-out of the current CBA, or once again extend the negotiating window, which I think they've already extended twice.
Yeah.
So
that's what we call a fake deadline.
Yes.
When one of the options is we can push it back.
That's a good point.
I haven't seen any reporting, though, about Donovan Mitchell trash-talking Grant Williams, because I think this would have been the call.
Right.
Right?
Oh.
He said, we got a players' union call coming up. We might be talking about you missing those free throws. He missed the free throws. But I haven't seen any of the fallout.
Maybe we can, we'll need to see the minutes. Who was taking minutes in this call? Where did that come up? Goods and welfare at the end?
Yeah, who's the secretary of the players'
Chris
union?
Paul's taking minutes.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's keeping notes.
All right, well, let's take our first break. When we come back, the March Madness continues here for us this week, and we will fill out the East region of our No Dunks bracket. Don't go anywhere.
I never get all dressed up anymore. Just never happens. So it can be a little intimidating when I think about it when I get into the closet. That's why I just leave it all up to Indochino. I'm too old to have friends who are getting married. Although, shout out to Justisha Pack in Toronto.
Yeah.
Long-time Basketball Jones friend of the family. When I need to get dressed up, Indochino has my stats. I uploaded them years ago, so I can just click, select some customizations, pick my look, and I am good to go. I do have a preschool graduation coming up, so with suits starting at just $4.99, why not customize it? Let's do this. What do you guys think I should get? I'm thinking on my shirt, a little bib, sort of at the collar, because I'm probably going to be crying. I might dab with the bib, dab my tears. With fitted shirts at just $89. Why not? Why not have a bib that I'm going to wear once?
Why not have a bib?
Indochino can pull it off. Everything tailored like it's Jonathan Thomas. Boo. Yeah, why not? Anyways, from my house, everything tailored There's a home improvement joke in there. But anyways, I can just click, boom, boom, boom. Doesn't get any better than that. Not going anywhere. When planning your wedding, get a suit as unique as you with Indochino. Go to Indochino.com and use code NODUNKS to get 10% off any purchase of $3.99 or more. That's INDOCHINO.com. Promo code NODUNKS.
This is a public service announcement for hard seltzer lovers. Neutral vodka seltzer has arrived. Made with simple ingredients like vodka, seltzer, and real juice. Neutral tastes good, like real good, like really, really good. So good that you'll never want to drink another artificial tasting seltzer again. And Neutral, it comes in 12 flavors. 3 different packs. These are like March Madness regions with these packs. We got the fruit pack. Pineapple, watermelon, raspberry, mango. We got the lemonade pack. Classic lemonade, peach lemonade, blackberry, and strawberry lemonade. And then we got the cranberry pack for all the cran hunters out there. Classic cran, grapefruit, apple, orange cranberry. I was thinking, if we were to build a No Dunks neutral pack, and you had to select one of the flavors to represent you in that pack, where would you go?
I'd go grapefruit.
Okay, Tass is grapefruit. I like it.
It's sweet, but also bitter at the same time.
Okay, what about you, TK?
I'd like to be lime, please.
Lime? I don't think that was an option.
I thought that was in the fruit pack.
No, classic peach, blackberry, and strawberry lemonade. Oh, wait, sorry, pineapple, watermelon, raspberry, and mango.
Mango is what I meant.
Okay, mango. We can talk to Neutral about making a lime. I mean, that could be,
Yeah,
Could be
surprising.
his custom flavor.
yeah, it's possible. What about you, JD? What do you want?
Coming down for orange cran.
Orange cran!
Yeah.
All right.
This guy from left field with an orange cran ball.
You know what? We got Trey as mango from the fruit pack. We got 2 cran packs here. We got grapefruit from Tass, orange cran from JD. So I got to go to the lemonade pack, I guess. Just give me a classic lemonade.
Oh, I had that on the
Let's
weekend.
not overthink it. You did.
Oh,
Tasty.
tasty.
There you go. So
And I had an orange cran. Also tasty. That's why I picked it.
do you think we can get Neutral to make a No Dunks pack? Comes with a mango, a classic lemonade, a grapefruit cran, and an orange cran. That's a wild pack.
That's a wild
But
pack.
we're wild here at No Dunks. Neutral, light and refreshing taste. It shows you what a vodka seltzer can be. So try Neutral vodka seltzer in a variety of real fruit flavors today. Back with the boys in the Classic Factory. Yesterday we started filling out our No Dunks March Madness bracket. You can join our pool by clicking that first link in our show notes there in the description. Get on in. I saw we had over 100 people filling out their brackets already. We'll figure out what we want to put on the line as a top prize. Anybody want a Chris Paul Rockets jersey? Size small? May I interest you in that?
Whoa.
I'll sign it for you.
Can wear it at the Final Four.
That's right, in Houston. So we started with the South region yesterday. And our first Final Four selection was the number 1 seeded Alabama. And I was looking at our picks going back, and I said, did we pick enough upsets?
Oh, we picked enough.
We picked 3. We had the number 9 seed over 8.
Yep.
We had the number 10 seed win in a game or 2 in Utah State because we've been to Utah recently. We are diehard college basketball fans here. And we had number 11 seed NC State going on an Elite 8 run. That was probably our craziest pick because we are all about the Wolfpack. Right?
Whoa, Wolfpack of Carolina.
So okay, yeah, we got 3 upsets. You think that's enough? You feel comfortable about that, Tess?
Yeah.
Okay.
They took out those Bears in the round of 16, and that's fine by me.
Okay.
I wish we would have picked one more, Skeets. I wish we would have picked the Southeast Missouri Red Hawks to upset the Alabama Crimson Tide because I just found out from my father-in-law that the head coach of Southeast Missouri State is the greatest basketball player in the history of my high school, a guy I grew up across the street from, Brad Korn,
Wow.
coaching Southeast Missouri to their first tournament appearance in 23 seasons.
So they play They play either
They play
tonight or
tonight.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
6:40 Eastern against Texas Corpus Christi. So I'm a big SEMO fan.
So they may not be in the tournament, but
They're in the tournament.
Well, The tournament.
This is the tournament. It starts tonight.
Dayton counts, damn it.
Let's see if they win. I thought you played against him, but he's a coach. I mean, I thought he was playing.
No,
He doesn't have a 20-year eligibility?
No, he graduated 2 years ahead of me, but literally his name is Brad Korn.
Yeah, I've heard this name
I'm putting
before.
some corn on some Mr. Corn tonight.
Yeah,
to
let's
coach
go
that
Corn.
Team. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's a very tall, very skinny, very red-headed fella.
Cornstalk.
A real corn stalk out there. So let's go, Simo.
All right, let's go, Simo.
Coach Corn?
Get into the real
Corn
dance.
to the corn. Oh, I'm making that shirt for tonight. I'm going to write it on this shirt. All right, let's get started here. In the East region,
Okay.
got a big boy in the 1 seed here. The Purdue Boilermakers playing against the play-in winner between Texas Southern and Florida Dominican University. I don't know, FDU?
Dominion? I have no idea.
That could be. If you've got a high school teammate who's their coach, let us know. Purdue, though, is led by 7'4" Zach Edey.
That's right. Oh, Canada.
Likely National Player of the Year, it seems. And a big old boy.
7'4".
Rats all on his back.
He's bigger than British Columbia.
It's 300
He's bigger
pounds.
than the Great Lakes combined.
It looks like the whole of Manitoba out there.
What is that, a man or is that Paul Bunyan? See, Canadian? That's American mythology, I think.
Close enough.
okay.
Minnesota.
Come on,
That's very close.
we got it
Yeah,
back.
it's
Purdue,
clicked, man.
Boilermakers, baby.
Dwayner's a Boilermaker as well. So
This your
I'm
father-in-law?
in. Yeah. He's an actual Boilermaker.
What is that again?
Well, he helps build power plants, basically. Yep.
That's right. That's right.
The boiling pots.
Boiling pots.
300-pound man, Zach Edey. Looking forward to watching.
Got a nice touch, though.
Yeah.
This guy's not a stiff. This guy has a nice game to him. And we were talking about it on playback. What did Big Country Bryant Reeves do back in the day for Oklahoma State? They went to the Final Four, didn't they?
It's not the 90s, bro.
I know, but this guy plays like it's a little bit of a throwback, obviously. 7'4", he's around the rim.
Yeah, if you've got a 7'4" guy who's the best player in the country and you can't beat a 16 seed, that's a problem.
Well, yeah, that would be an issue.
They're going to lose in the second round, but we'll get to that in a little bit here. Who are they going to be playing? The Memphis Tigers.
Penny Hardaway.
Penny Hardaway, exactly right, versus
Foul.
Florida Atlantic.
Owls.
Florida Atlantic
The
University.
Owls.
Oh, the Owls.
The Foul Owls.
I mean,
Foul Owls.
I would like to take Memphis in this matchup just because of Penny Hardaway.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
The Owls are in the NCAA tournament for the second time in school history and the first time since 2002. Whoa,
Ooh, it's been a while.
21 years.
Okay.
I think this is going to be an up and down game from what I can tell.
Oh, well, could go either
Run
way.
and gun
then.
kind of
Yeah,
game.
sure looks like it. All right, let's go with Memphis.
Yeah,
though.
let's go with
Come on.
the
We gotta
Memphis
take our NBA
Tigers.
guys. Yeah.
Let's go. All right, next, a 5-12 matchup. Always ripe for upsets. We got the Duke Blue Devils versus the Oral Roberts Mouths.
Has Colgate ever played Oral Roberts in a teeth bowl?
In the Crest Bowl?
Yeah.
Unsure.
Okay, so Duke. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. This is a little alarming. It's a little weird sometimes to see Duke as a 5th seed. What? But they had a bad regular season and then just went on a late run, right? Where I think they won their.
This guy knows his
They
NCAA.
won their tournament, isn't that correct?
They won 9 straight.
Yeah, they're hot
to end
right
the
now.
regular season, and then won the conference tournament.
Yeah.
Slow start. I think they're like 17-1 or something like that with their starters healthy.
Ooh.
But people also say the ACC had a down year. I also saw Jay Billis has Duke in the Final Four. Shocker.
Oh, what a shock.
Yeah, he went there.
Yeah, but Oral Roberts has a 179th strength of schedule rating.
It's pretty low.
That's bad.
Well, yeah, they got a lot of wins, don't they? I love seeing all those wins right by them, but I'm taking Duke. Yeah, I'm not happy about it. All right?
They got a big 7-footer too. Filipowski.
That's his full name or his last name?
Kyle Filipowski.
Oh, okay, wow.
First name Philip, last name Owski.
I mean, I didn't know. I know nothing about this. All right, we're going Duke.
Good
Yeah,
stuff. Good stuff, I guess. The Tennessee Volunteers versus Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns.
Oh, yeah. Good name.
UL from the Belt Conference. They've really been tightening the belt. Tennessee, I know, is a defensive stalwart, though perhaps they have some scoring troubles at times. I think they may be missing one of their top players right now. But defense often shows up in the tournament. Look at that. Only 58 points per game.
Whoa,
allowed
very
this
tough
season.
to score
That's very
on.
low.
They
Very
talk
low.
on defense. They know the game plan. Tass, you got a read on this one?
Oh, absolutely. Of course I have a read on this one.
Yeah.
The Volunteers beat Kansas, Texas, and Alabama, the big schools, by an average of 11 points per win.
Wow,
Those
are good teams.
Taking down some giant killers here.
They lost a lot of games. I guess they lost to teams below them.
They play up or down to their competition.
Looks
Is what
like
you're
it.
saying. Well, that might be bad news. That might be
Maybe.
falling into the hands of
Exactly.
the Raging Cajuns.
Could be. Overlook them. Didn't know they were raging so hard. Whoa, these Cajuns are wild.
What are we doing? We want chalk on this? Boring? Or are we taking the Raging Cajuns?
We'll get some upsets later, it feels like.
right, fine.
The Boilermakers are going to get knocked down. We got a Marquette coming up.
Well, yeah,
They're too good. They're too good. Yeah, we'll see you later.
Okay, so,
So-
you want Tennessee, is what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right.
Let the record show I will not be cheering for them. I like the Raging Cajuns nickname. That's
It would be
a
fun to
blast
cheer for a
for.
Cajun.
Yeah, okay, anyway.
The Kentucky Wildcats. You ever heard of them versus the Providence Friars?
Yeah, okay. It's, well, we don't
We're
even...
analyzing here. The people are still running the numbers in the background. They say, Oscar Tshiebwe. How is the Friars going to keep him off the glass?
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
No, I don't know.
I mean, I'm not
National
a college
Player of the Year
basketball
last
fan,
season?
but every single NBA player I like comes from Kentucky, so it feels like my college. So, I got my Bookers and my Shays and my Jamals, and so I have to cheer for Kentucky. Big Blue Nation, baby.
Big Blue Nation.
Yeah, that's me. Always has been.
This guy loves this. I think like purple, actually. But,
do love
Yeah,
purple.
they're coming up next. Big purple.
It'll be fun to take chalk here into the round of 32. And then,
We're going full shockers.
and it'll be
embarrassing.
fun. It'll be fun. And then you just turn it around in the round of 16.
All right, Kentucky. We have to take Kentucky. We can't cheer for
all right,
Friars.
it's all
All right, well, we
Great.
better take USC coming up pretty soon. Just eyeballing things. We need an upset here.
Okay, stop opening this. I guess we're done. We're done on analysis.
Yeah, they're like, you don't know anything anyways.
Yeah,
Why are you looking at these numbers?
Yeah, right. It's all matchups, baby.
Kansas State, also a Wildcat,
Yeah,
if
too
I'm
many
not
Wildcats.
mistaken.
Yep.
Montana State looks like it could be a Wildcat of some sort.
Is it?
That looks like a cat. It could be a lynx.
It's a bob.
Could be Bobcat. There you go.
Cat versus cat.
You more of a Wildcat or a Bobcat?
I'm going with Jerome Tang of Kansas State. Great name.
I like it.
Is he a good player or just? I
like
No, he's a coach.
Oh.
Just figured that out.
He's smart though.
No, that's
well,
another coach.
I mean, part of this write-up I'm reading on The Athletic here said plus young rising stars. Then I saw Jerome Tang, but it's young rising stars in the coaching profession, like
God.
Jerome Tang and Dusty May of Florida Atlantic.
Coaching though does matter in college.
I'm riding with Tang.
All right.
Would a bobcat
Sipping
beat a
with Tang.
wildcat though in nature? What cat would come out on top? A wildcat.
wildcat, 100%.
Yeah, it's much bigger, I believe.
I
than a
have
bobcat.
no idea,
There's a
but a
difference?
bob.
I'll look it up.
I think a bob.
Who wins?
Bob's not big.
I think a bobcat is
It's
shockingly smaller than you think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it's very small.
in the-
I think.
who- wins the
But
fight?
are you telling me that a bobcat isn't just a more drilled down version of a wildcat? You know, like squares and rectangles.
like has been
All squares are rectangles, but not all rectangles are squares.
has been domesticated. It's a
Well, I'm just saying-
domesticated
I'm just saying
wildcat.
It's
I
like
think
the same thing,
wildcat-
right?
Wildcat contains all of the different cat species.
Okay.
So I'm like a bobcat, a lynx, a cougar. They would all fall underneath wildcat. I might be wrong.
Is a wildcat a mountain lion? Because if it is, a mountain lion would defeat a bobcat, according to this one website. Though,
Yeah, I think you're right, though.
a bobcat will take down much larger apex predators.
I think
So
I think
it's
Trey is
wily.
right in that it contains a larger category. I'm seeing a cheetah, a clouded leopard, a cougar, a jaguar, a leopard, a lion, a snow leopard, a sunda clouded leopard, a tiger. And then I see a list of small wild cats. Cougar's not there, so I think it's still bigger than a cougar. I mean, a bobcat. Sorry.
Okay, well, who do we take? Kansas State?
We're in on Kansas
Okay, good,
State right
good.
now.
It's carnivorous.
Good.
Oof.
All right, Michigan State Spartans versus the USC Trojans. Wasn't that like a classic battle in Greek mythology?
The Trojans?
Spartans versus
And
the Trojans?
Spartans? We'll get them. It's a Trojan horse here.
Yeah, it's gonna be a Trojan horse situation.
I think we should take at least one upset here.
Yeah, I love it. I love
I
it.
think we got to take a 10.
Yeah, okay, great.
yeah,
Michigan State always great in the tournament, unfortunately, but
Yeah, just ride
Go
them.
Blue.
Ride
You
them,
wanna ride 'em?
Michigan State. Yeah, ride them.
We'll
We'll get to the stuff.
we'll get to
Don't
the
worry.
stuff.
Get to this stuff.
The
Okay,
stuff you
Michigan
guys
State,
want.
do it.
All right. Okay.
It's fine.
Hey, our matchup analysis is back. But guess what? Michigan State, you're going on, I guess.
Nice.
Marquette or Vermont?
Yeah, of course. We're going chalk.
Oh wow.
Rock, chalk, Marquette, Hawk?
I think Ket is going all the way.
A lot of people have
To the Final
Marquette
Four.
into the Final Four.
Yeah.
I've seen
Okay, do
that
it.
for sure.
Marquette. Wow, we just did a freaking first round chalk.
Yeah, but-
the odds of that happening are like very low, I think.
For one region?
Yeah, probably. Probably
Yeah.
doesn't happen that often.
Yeah, but people probably didn't research as much into
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Wildcat Bobcat
Yeah.
situation to come to their conclusions. Speaking of cats that are wild, we've got the Purdue Boilermakers, a 1 seed versus the number 8 seeded Memphis Tigers in the round of 32 matchup.
See, here we go.
We're Team Cats.
We're Team Cats.
This is our first big upset.
This is our first big upset. Styles make fights, Skeets. I saw Purdue is in the 300s for rank with regards to pace, whereas Memphis, I think, is like a top 50 pace school.
Run and gun.
Those Purdue guards aren't going to be able to keep up, nor
So a
will
lot
Zach
to ask
Edey.
to ask of Zach. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
That's right.
exactly right. And I saw somebody in the stream team yesterday said that when the Penn State Nittany Lions went to a press against Purdue, they had a lot of trouble dealing with the increased athleticism. So we're
okay.
rolling with
All right,
Memphis
Memphis.
right now.
Okay.
How about Duke versus Tennessee?
Got no read on this one.
No read?
But I'm gonna. I don't mind the idea of a hot team right now. Give me Duke.
Upset round. Let's go. It's an upset.
Okay.
5/4. I like it.
Okay.
Duke peaking. We got a nice blue game coming up there in the Elite
Sweet.
Sweet 16. All right, Kentucky, Kansas State, Wildcats versus Wildcats. We're screwed. We got no takes here.
Yeah.
This is tough.
Wow. Wildcat versus Wildcat.
Big Blue Nation versus the Purple People Eaters.
Yeah. Right. I've always liked both these teams in filling out brackets over the years. I don't know why.
Sure,
I
yeah.
think I take these teams a lot, but now I'm forced to pick one. I got to stick with Kentucky, but you guys can
Yeah,
outvote
I'm
me if
happy
you
to
want.
go Kentucky. Looks like
round.
upset round. I
It's
think we can
upset
go
round.
all the way with all upsets this round. Looks like Kansas State has a lot of young players, first year transfers. Looking at this
Okay.
here, so we
Uh,
want to
you
take some vets. Although we got young and up and coming coach Jerome Tang leading Kansas State, I like the upset here of
Ooh.
Kentucky.
Kansas State has a decent record against top
This
teams.
looks like
though.
a good matchup.
That does look like a good matchup. Hope we get it. Hope to see it on the weekend. This one.
Oh, big time, yeah. Wildcat versus Wildcat will be just meowing into our phones to each other, sending voice
All right,
notes.
Kentucky through. And then it sounded like you're high on Marquette, Tass. You're not even thinking twice. This is gonna be a 15-point victory.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was a preseason pick to go all the way. They have they're following through. They're following
All right,
through.
Eagles,
Let's go, Ket.
Golden Eagles, right?
Okay.
Wow, this is a nice Final Four here in this bracket. Memphis, Duke, and Kentucky, Marquette.
Oh, bring your blue
There's
jerseys.
some big names here.
Memphis versus Duke, the 8 seed versus the 5 seed. Memphis, Penny Hardaway. Duke, John Shire.
Man. Where do you want to go?
What? Duke's peaking. They got a big guy. They got a new coach. Win one for Coach S. Or win one for Coach Penny.
I like. Wow. See, I'm tired of. At this point now, I'm tired of Duke. So let's go Memphis. It was too. We can't have too much
We
Duke in
can't
our
get-
life.
We can't have too much Duke
What
in
are
our
we,
life.
Doug
I'm with
Miller?
ya. What are
Shout
we,
out to Doug.
Miller?
Hope you got the beard still, Doug. You look great with it.
Yeah, I'll bet you a beard they lose this game. No, that's not a real bet. Not a real bet, Doug. All right, Kentucky Wildcats, Marquette Golden Eagles. That's what they are, I think.
I
right?
think
Yeah,
so.
Nice.
Ooh.
Classic matchup here.
Well, Tass has had Marquette circled since the preseason.
Yeah, he had eyes on them early.
Yeah, and like
This is great.
I don't want to go against it. Let's
This
go
is
Marquette.
great.
Let's go Marquette coming out of this.
This
actually.
is going to be a really good basketball game. Yeah, if we take Marquette to beat Memphis here, this would be 3 upsets in this bracket as well, I do believe. So,
okay. Sounds good. Good percentage.
I like it.
All right, Marquette through to the Final Four
Marquette is our second Final Four team,
versus Alabama.
joining the
Yeah.
Alabama Crimson Tide.
All right, so we got a 1 and 2.
A 1 and 2. It's good to not have a 1 and 1 right there.
Like I don't want to spoil anything.
sorry, buddy.
Oh, jeez.
All good.
I don't want to spoil anything, and we have 2 more regions to fill out. We'll do it on Wednesday and Thursday's show. But are we gonna get crazy in one of the regions? Are we gonna have a +6 seed go into the Final Four? Maybe even a +10. One of these 12 or 13 seeds just make it a Cinderella run. Does the slipper fit?
It really makes you think, when will the clock strike midnight for these teams? I can see us getting a little spicy here in the Midwest region, Skeets, because I see Houston as the number 1 seed. And Houston, to me, not a traditional powerhouse in NCAA circles.
No, they're not, but I did say when we were setting all this up, I think they're like Vegas favorites.
Oh, man.
Maybe, and it's in Houston. They want to play in front of their own crowd. I don't know. You're right. It's a lot of pressure on a team.
A lot of pressure on a team.
Okay, so what are we doing? Midwest tomorrow?
Midwest tomorrow. We'll also be talking about Kennesaw State.
That's our pick. That's our Cinderella.
14 seed going to the Final Four.
Yep.
I love it.
There we go. Okay, Kennesaw State. Tune in tomorrow. We're
picking them a lot.
putting them
a lot.
That's pretty cool. It's nice to have a local team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
Big
Why
time.
not, huh?
Wear some
14.
merch.
Hey, maybe Georgia Tech going forward with Damon Stoudemire.
Oh, it's a
Taking
nice
the
hire.
reins. Yeah.
See you down at the pavilion. Okay, let's take our final break. We got 2 more days of this, but it's getting better. I'll tell you that. It was more fun than yesterday. But a lot of shit was going wrong yesterday. Mugs were being broken. Phones were going off. It was wild. We'll take our final break, and when we come back, pick 'em results and a very, very funny tweet of the night. Don't go anywhere.
You know what sucks?
What?
Shipping costs. Who amongst us hasn't abandoned a cart online because it was going to cost as much to ship an item as it does to buy the item in the first place? It's the number 1 reason people abandon their carts. But ShipStation wants to live in a no carts left behind world. When you use ShipStation, you can lower shipping costs, make returns easy, keep your customers happy, and your carts unabandoned. ShipStation makes it easy to grow your business by handling your orders from every marketplace in one dashboard. It effortlessly integrates everywhere you sell online, including Amazon, Etsy, eBay, Shopify, and more. You can manage every order from one simple dashboard, automate routine shipping tasks, print shipping labels, and so much more. With the best discounts in the industry, you'll never worry about overpaying for shipping. Get up to 84% off USPS and UPS rates, and if that's not enough, use the NoDunks promo code to try ShipStation free for 2 months. Go to ShipStation.com, use promo code NoDunks today to sign up for your free 60-day trial. That's ShipStation.com, promo code NoDunks for a 60-day free trial.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Getting to know yourself can be a lifelong process, especially because we're always growing and changing. For example, all of a sudden, I don't like asparagus. I think I have anxiety about my pee smelling later. Gotta learn to live in the moment, I guess. But that's where therapy comes in. It's all about deepening your self-awareness and understanding, because sometimes we don't know what we want or why we react the way we do until we talk through those things. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist who can take you on that journey of self-discovery from wherever you are. At the end of the day, it's all about coping skills. Right now, I got a house full of guests. One of my kids is sick. We launched a Patreon today. My favorite mug broke. We're premiering No Bunts this week, and Tass's co-host lives in Taiwan. Point is, I have a lot on my plate, and some coping skills would be nice. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire and get matched with a licensed therapist, and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Discover your potential with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/NoDunks today and get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/NoDunks.
Got some breaking news here from the football world.
Aaron?
From the Athletic. Excuse me?
Aaron?
Huh?
Did I err in what I said about Aaron? The biggest story. Roger?
No.
Roger, come in.
No,
Roger.
No, football.
Oh,
The beautiful
yeah.
game.
Yeah, Aaron.
No, that's
That's my game. Anyway, yeah, football. Okay, what's happening?
Well, now it doesn't
Who's
matter.
coming to America?
It's not
Who's
as big as Aaron
Messi coming to
Rodgers.
America?
No, the 2026 World Cup is going to have 104 games in total. You believe that? They're expanding
Yeah,
from 32 to 48 participating teams.
not enough games.
And originally it was going to be 16 groups of 3 teams with the top 2 advancing. But they're going to do groups of 4. They're going to continue with that. But just so many. 104 games.
So the first round
39 days.
the first round just becomes even more of a who cares?
Wow, no, Taz.
Come on.
No.
Oh, give me a break.
What are you talking about? The last games in a lot of the group stages or the first round stages were really entertaining in terms of like you got a goal differential, win.
Oh, yeah, so let's reduce that by increasing the amount of teams. Let's be honest here. It happens in major tournaments where you have too many teams.
Too many teams. 48 participating teams. But this one's here.
Oh, yeah,
Going to
can't
be
wait
at
to
one of
watch
these
them.
games. Yeah. States, Canada, and
2024.
Mexico. They're all sharing 2026. That's from The Athletic.
Oh, 2026.
Wait, what's going on with Aaron Rodgers?
Great
Jets?
question.
He's still in deprivation. A deprivation
I
tank.
thought it was 4 days.
No, he's out, yeah.
Okay.
Trey Wingo said he's going to the Jets, but nothing has happened yet. And people are like, come on, man. You said this wasn't going to take forever. You weren't going to draw it out. But the guy likes being the center of attention. Too bad it's over for him, and he's completely washed. It's done. Sorry, Packers fans.
Put
your
your-
time is over. 30 years on top? No longer.
Said from a Bears fan. I love it. Aaron Rodgers put him in the World Cup.
We had such a successful World Cup, despite everything else going on before the tournament. Why do you have to increase the amount of teams just to have more people there? It's unfortunate. I mean, we're seeing it in other tournaments too.
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah, too
There's
many.
20 teams in the NBA tournament now. 68 teams in the 64-team tournament for NCAA.
More games, more teams, more interest.
I can see
more
why
money.
the top 2 teams in a division wouldn't want these 3-team divisions because there's higher chance that they don't advance. Some random event happening, but the 4 teams, that's okay. And the same teams are going to advance. Let's just have another team slotted in the 4 slot. That's what's going to happen. You know it, and I know
I'm
it.
glad I brought this up. I didn't know you had such strong soccer.
Well,
/
it's
football
happening in the
takes.
FIBA World Cup too. There's too many teams.
Too many dicks on the dance floor and too many teams in the tourney.
That's what Fred VanVleet said.
He did?
Yeah, he calls the basketball floor a dance floor, and he said there's too many referees that are dicks.
All right, pick 'em results. Last night was the Suns-Warriors game. Golden State, they were favored by 4.5 points. I picked them, and they covered. Good job, Golden State. I needed it. I'm 4-5. You guys had the Suns as the dogs, and that's an L. Task 3-6. Trey 6-3. Tonight's game task, we do not have a graphic for, so paint the picture, please.
Well, we have an 8-game night in the association. Speaking of that prior topic, dicks. The Raptors are facing the Nuggets again when they got Scott Fostered. Hopefully Fred VanVleet takes care of that. That's not our game, though. We're going the old 9-10 matchup.
Oh,
Increasing the number of teams in the tournament, baby. Pels hosting the Lakers. It's an important one. They have the exact same record going in. Pels are favored by 1.5 at home, so it's essentially a pick 'em. Skeets, you and I think the Pels will take care of business and win at home by 2 or more. You got the Lake Show there, Trey.
I mean, the Lakers are better. They're playing incredibly well, and they're getting points. I was kind of surprised that the Lakers were available for a pick today, to be
That's
quite
what
honest.
caught me. That made me think, what's going on here? That's exactly what I thought, too. Like, how are they the favorites here? We'll see. It's basically a pick 'em, so whoever wins this game, that is big in terms of the play-in, for sure. All right, let's get to Tweet of the Night.
Tweet of the night. Wow.
Twitter.
Yeah, we got pictures for this one, so if you're listening on the podcast, this is a must tune into YouTube because you're going to want to see the set photos that were released from FX's The Sterling Affair.
Oh, my God.
The first tweet comes from Ian Carmel, at Ian Carmel on Twitter, who says, "This doesn't look like a show about the Donald Sterling saga. This looks like a porn parody of the Clippers."
It is the perfect tweet, because that is exactly what this photo looks like.
Yeah, this is just because everybody looks close enough to the person they're supposed to be playing while also looking very far away from the person they're supposed to be playing.
Yeah, like it looks like bootleg.
it,
Yeah,
yeah.
right.
You get it. They're like close enough. If you squint your eyes and cross them a little bit, maybe it passes. I did see people saying that whoever did Lawrence Fishburne's hair should definitely get the Emmy for this because it looks exactly like Doc Rivers' hair going forward. But it's crazy, man. Our friend Trayvon Edwards also had a tweet showing the people who have been cast with their Clippers counterpart.
Right.
Lawrence Fishburne, Doc Rivers is a big name, as is Ed O'Neill, will be playing Donald Sterling.
Wow, they got some names.
They do.
They got some names,
there are
yeah.
some names,
Woman from Yellowstone.
yes. Yeah.
Man from Billions is how I know them.
Sure.
But they've got everybody in this show. There's a big baby in this. There's a Jared Dudley in this. Ty Lue will be there. Draymond Green will be there. Chris Paul's wife, V. Stiviano, of course. Matt Barnes. There's an Elgin Baylor. There's basically everybody that was any kind of association to the Clippers during the end of the Donald Sterling era. They will be making an appearance on this show at some point.
Is this show going to be good or
No.
bad it's going to be good?
I think it's that. I think
Yeah.
it's going to be so bad
So
it's
do I.
good because it's an FX joint, just like they did the OJ thing where Ross Geller played Robert Shapiro.
Yeah,
I
they
think,
lean
right?
into
Or
like the
something
camp or something. Like it's a
little
little
bit.
campy, which
a
is
little
can
campy.
be entertaining and sort of funny. And I
Yeah.
think you're right. I think it's going to be that.
The OJ thing was good on FX.
In a campy way?
Like it was
Yeah,
good.
I mean, in comparison, just because it was different than the other 8-part series, wherever that was broadcast. It was different, I guess.
Yeah.
So it was
It's
nice.
a good counterpoint.
Yeah, but that was ESPN, the doc, right?
yeah, that was
Right.
a real
Yeah.
doc.
That was good.
That was
That was
amazing.
good.
I didn't even make it through the first episode of
Of the
Geller?
the
FX.
swimmer thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it.
So you don't like that type of stuff.
I mean, usually I
Some
do.
people do,
I don't know. The dramatization stuff, don't love it. I tried the Monica Lewinsky one too. Couldn't get
Oh yeah.
through that one.
Okay.
I don't
Well,
know.
the Sterling Affairs. When's this start? Anybody know? When's the premiere?
Yeah,
Is it like soon or is this like a long way away? I can't wait to hear Lawrence Fishburne do a Doc Rivers
Yeah.
impersonation.
Yeah, that'll be
I'm excited
interesting.
about that. It's taxing on him.
it probably
Probably, probably a lot of tea on
shreds
set.
the throat.
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
tell when the debut is yet.
Okay. Well,
But I'm with
we'll
you,
be talking
JD.
about it.
Haven't been super interested in the dramatizations of these controversies, but the subject matter is perfect now. Gotta
Yeah.
check it out.
Yeah,
mean,
totally. I mean, I was so disappointed by the what the Lakers one, not Showtime, Winning Time, whatever.
Yeah,
Winning time, yeah.
I
It
could
was
not.
so bad.
I could not get into it either. Some people loved it though.
People said it got good, and people said the basketball scenes in it are good. But I'm with you. I watched the first 2 episodes and haven't
It just wouldn't
finished
couldn't
it off
hook
yet.
me. I did watch the Hulu documentary though
Yeah.
about the Bus family,
Which was
and
great.
I really liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, can you go back to the porn parody
Sure.
pick for a second because I think we glossed over it a little bit. The Blake Griffin in the back is
Just get Blake Griffin.
Yeah, I
mean,
know.
the guy he can kind of act.
yeah.
Just get Blake Griffin.
That's the one killing me. Especially when we then saw what the guy that playing Blake Griffin actually looks like in the Trayvon tweet. But
Was
can't wait.
was it Jasmine Watkins that had the tweet that said the person playing Blake looks like Drake playing
Yes,
Blake?
yes, and it was, and they had an accompanying
Yeah.
photo, and it was spot on. Yeah, that's a good call. All right, Sterling Affairs. We can't wait. I'm sure we'll be talking about it here on No Dunks. Guys, get into the No Dunks March Madness bracket. That link is in the show notes in the description. So jump on in, make your picks, and I can all but guarantee you'll probably beat us. Unless you are a huge fan of Wildcats. Okay, that's it for us. We'll be back tomorrow morning, though, filling out the Midwest region, talking about tonight's NBA games and news. Thanks for joining us live today. Leave your boys a 5-star rating and review if you listen to the podcast, and make sure you subscribe. We'll have a fun short or two coming out later today, so yeah, definitely subscribe. Till then, Clipper Bros. Who's going to play
heard it
Clipper
first.
Bro?
Have a great time. Turn up. Love you guys. Awesome.
Matt Austin, we should.
Yes, yes. Matt, wow. Okay, we gotta make that
That
happen.
would be amazing.
Everybody thought, who did everybody think it was? Seth,
Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill.
It sounds,
So Jonah Hill should
that
maybe play
definitely
him.
sounds like him.
Okay.
Jonah Hill's too old now.
Yeah.
He looks like Play-Doh.
So
right
Matt Austin
Yeah.
playing him and maybe voice work by Jonah Hill.
Dubbed over.
Okay. Oh, man.
I think you could have Clipper Bros. I think you can bring back Jonah Hill, just as a joke, and David Schwimmer as the other bro.
Oh, right, because there is
There is another bro, and that's why we said Clipper
he's
Bros.
a brother of a brother. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the guys. Bring him back.
Amazing. All right. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Brace the day, people.